Hello, YouTubers, Twitters, Facebook people, friends, and family, and everyone who would like to know more about Creative Nation Nonprofit Corporation. We are a 501c3. We provide programs and activities for our youth, and we encourage and uplift our communities. Um, we had a Zoom meeting July the 31st. And the Zoom meeting was in regards to lifting life. Okay? Our main priority and our main focus needs to be lifting the life of our youth, our children, our families, and our communities. One of the things that we discussed on Zoom on the 31st was how can you help us help the community, help our kids, help our youth, help the homeless, the abused, the addicted. So, Creative Nation, if you have not seen any of the other vids that I've put out, we have actually been let's start from the beginning. I actually funded or founded and started Creative Nation in 2003. I had an idea. I had a feeling of purpose. I had uh, uh, itching and burning connection with youth and kids already. I've always had a connection with kids. Kids have always been drawn to me, and I've always been drawn to helping and wanting to improve and encourage and just help some of the things that are going on in our community that are generational. And we have to break this generational poverty cycle. So I started writing in 2003. It might even been a little bit before then. I started writing, putting things on paper, ideas of what I wanted to create. So then, you do that for a year or so, writing down, doing things, and it probably took me a couple years just steady going back at it and improving it and putting more into it and then in 2013, I started, and 14, I started doing a little bit more, started doing field trips, started renting buildings and having events and fundraising campaigns and just trying to get out there to make a difference, and also just getting out there to be known to for the youth and homeless and young mothers and families to be able to come somewhere safe, be able to call someone safe when they need them, being able to be there for a safe place, right? So I started just doing all kind of things, just writing and imagining and just trying to put those things together. So I had a name, I had my brand, I knew where I was going with it. So the next step was to just not be a non-profit organization, but to be a corporation. So I went to the next step. I went to doing my 501c3, being federally approved, state approved, grants.gov approved, Dun and Bradstreet approved, and just getting all of those paperwork things together, getting a a nonprofit attorney. Just all of a sudden, just I had the idea wrote. I had been moguling and going over constantly the things that I had in my mind, and just getting it on paper. And then I started making steps to do what I had on paper. Then I started getting the licenses and the business credentials and things that I needed to go even further with it, right? So that is a little bit about Creative Nation Nonprofit Corporation. It is 2019, and we have been in existence since 2003, which was a thought, and then 2009 was more of how can I make it more than a thought, and then from then on, in 2014, did a vendor. What did they call it? Where you in your nonprofit we went to the Cardinal Station, and we had a stand, and we did our fundraising from the stand. Okay, serving food, managing, collecting money, bringing people in to also work and get skills. So we did that. And like I said, we've had buildings where we brought kids in and let them, do arts and crafts, learn skills, increase their knowledge. We've had mentors come in and speak from their life experiences, to encourage the kids or discourage some things in the community, to what is not all cracked up to be that they may see. We have educators and business leaders and entrepreneurs that come in and try to increase different skills and mindsets for the youth as well. We teach a lot of different classes. It could be from changing a tire to cooking a meal. It could be learning how to invest and save, to going out to do community service and providing a sense of pride in the community, like cutting grass for the seniors, shoveling snow, just different things that gives self-pride, self-esteem, self-confidence, and also being involved in the community. And not only that, we encourage for communities to be better. And how are we going to encourage communities to be better for our youth and our kids if we do not get out into that community and provide certain aspects of life for them to be able to grow in and to feel that they're a part of. So we also are trying to get a sort of a land piece for the youth to be able to grow vegetables and plants and just get their hands dirty and see things grow from what they've put in the ground, and see that things grow and how excited they can be for something that they actually did by hand themselves and made a difference. And they can eat those fruits and vegetables, and they can give flowers to the seniors in the community and to their parents, and it makes them feel good. We encourage investing in savings and getting a container. It could be a jug, it could be a juice jug, a grease container, like a cooking oil container. It could be anything that has a lid on it where they can open the lid and put extra change in, or you can put extra change in. It could be just a conventionary bank with the slot. But we teach the kids that you don't need to have a bank from a store. You can start saving from just a container that you have at home. You can start just as simple as that and start putting pennies and nickels and dimes in it. And within 6 months to a year, you may have a full container. And if you have a full container, you can take your child with that full container to the bank and open them up a savings account, right? Because why not start saving for your kids today if you have not already started? You can do that. I mean, it doesn't take much to start a bank account. And do you know how much pride and self-confidence that gives a child when they can go and take a container of money to the bank and deposit it? And just think, every year, every 6 months, you're taking this small container or this large container or this jug to the bank and letting them hand it to the teller to put in their bank account or to their savings account. I mean, really, that's not hard to do. We find change on the ground all day you can put in there. People give change away all day. Give it to your child's bank. We throw away change. Put it in your child's bank. You have extra change from $1. Put it in the child's bank. We have those. We do that for our youth. We get jugs, juice jugs. We get containers, peanut containers, anything that is big enough or the hole is wide enough for us to put change in. We use that. And we put their name on it. They can color on it. They can draw on it. They can wrap it in anything that they want because it's theirs. And then we put change in it. We ask them if they find $1, a nickel, or a penny, put it in your container. Make a container at home and start putting your money in. If you have to hide it, hide it. It doesn't matter. It's yours. But that's the good thing about saving and investing, because it teaches them to save. And as they get older, they know how to save. And that is such a great feeling, to have your own and know how to do it. Because a lot of kids don't have that at home. Their parents aren't teaching them how to save money because they're not saving it. They don't know how to invest. You know, they're making it from day to day most of the time. So the community, I mean, the community has to raise the children. Haven't you heard that before? That it takes a village to raise kids. It takes a village to raise a child. It does. Because I remember when I was growing up, older people used to sit on the front porch and look out the window and find out what's going on with the kids that's running up and down the street, and tell them, oh, you don't do that. I'm telling your parents. Or they'll come out and they'll whoop you. And then when your parents get home, they'll whoop you or chastise you or put you on punishment. But someone was telling you, no, you can't do that. Someone was telling you, no, that's not right. Somebody was there. And you might have said, oh, that's a nosy old lady, or she's always outside messing with us or telling us to do this. But you know what? I miss those days because they cared enough to stop us from doing stuff. Acknowledged and said, hey, we got eyes on you. I see you. I'm telling your mama, you know. But now we have parents today that most of them don't keep an eye on their kids. They're running the streets. They see different things that are not for them, things that they should not see. Their community, the schools in their community are going down. They're substandard. They're less than standard. They're not getting the technical and advanced knowledge that they should be getting in our schools. I mean, some areas are getting very much good technology in schools. They are lifting their kids and their youth up. But for some reason, our colored community, our indigenous community, and they can say African American, but you know what? We are American, regardless. We don't say white American. We don't say Caucasian American. We are just American as everyone else. So I don't appreciate the African American, even though our ancestors and generations from centuries and decades and eons ago Yes, creation was made in Africa. So everyone should be an African American if that's the case. But I won't get into much of that because it is about our youth, and it is about making sure that they have pride within themselves. And I always try to make sure that our youth have pride within themselves. No, we have not always been slaves. And most of us weren't slaves. Most of our family weren't slaves. It was a few that were. It was a few that came over from Africa as slaves. There was a few that was here that was taken up as slaves. But we were so much more before even slavery. We were so much more even after slavery. And then they reissued slavery again because a certain race did not appreciate us being above and beyond. Because we are so smart. We are so creative. We have so much in us. But we have certain groups of people that try to keep us as a community, as a race down. And now we have generational poverty. We don't know, some of the families and youth and don't know how to lift themselves out of poverty. They're in it and they're stuck in it, and the only thing that they know is drinking, drugs, abuse, and lack and limitation. But I want to change that. Creative Nation and the team wants to change that. We want to create abundance for our youth. We want to let them know that your mind is a terrible thing to waste. That we are at war, fighting for the inspiration and the encouragement and the lifting up of our communities. We are at war. We have to do better to encourage our youth and our families and our communities. And no one's going to do it for us. We have to make that step to do it. And how are we going to do that? Well, you guessed it. Right, you guessed it. Creative Nation, we're already doing it. But we need help. We need you all's support, encouragement, and uplifting as well. We need you to get into the community as well and lift the youth up. Teach them a skill, right? Because one of the other things that we talked about in Zoom is being able to create opportunities for our youth. So if you have a business, you can bring in youth and teach them hands-on experience, right? Hands-on experience doesn't take much. You can do that if you have a business. You can do that if you have anything that you are doing. You can bring a youth in to learn, right? There's a passage in the Bible. Look it up. There's a passage in the Bible that says, "Do not die full. To teach the youth knowledge and experience, give it away." So this is nothing new. But there's limited amount of people that are doing it. And everyone needs to help lift the youth, lift our community, lift our families. Now you know that it has been many families just stuck in generational poverty, don't have a clue of how to get out, don't have the inspiration to get out, stuck. And then what do you think the youth and their kids are doing? What do you think their kids are doing? They're seeing their families not being able to get out of what they've seen for years and decades. So how do they think that they're going to be able to get out of it? So what do? They follow the norm. They follow what they see in their neighborhood. They see gun violence. Oh, they have to go get a gun. They're out now shooting and dealing drugs and not being family men or women, not taking care of home. Where are the families? Where are the men in the community? Where are the men in the families? Generational lack. We've been taken advantage of through generational genocide. We've been taken advantage of, and things have been taken away from us through generational genocide. And we still are being being looked down upon. We're still being downgraded. We're still being the lack. We're still receiving lack. Our schools, what is it? Our schools are just being dismantled. I mean, they're not teaching our kids. Our kids are not learning. Their kids don't want to be there. They're teaching us still stuff from when I was young and when my mom was young. My mom's 83. They're still teaching the same lies in school, the same books or lies. They're not teaching you that we had more. They're not teaching us that we invented so much. They're not teaching us that we had black men in Congress. They're not teaching us that we had Black Wall Street, and that there was so much racist going on that they didn't that they were black and limitation, but they wanted to take that from us. So the Ku Klux Klan started, the extremists started, and then we became the lack, we became the less. But no more, family, no more. I'm here to tell you that we are more than what they say we are. We are more than what they put in their books to teach us in school. We are so much more. And we can't teach our children if we can't do better, if we can't know that we are more. How can we teach our youth if we don't know we're more? If we can be more, and if we can invest in our kids, and if we can give back, no matter what. It is not, forget them. They don't know, they're going to always be poor. Oh, forget them. They're always going to be in drugs. They're always going to be lack and limitations in their family, and lack and limitations in those communities. No. So you're telling me that when a 3-year-old is in a community and in a home where the families are not doing what they're supposed to do, they're not working, they're on drugs, or there's gun violence or abuse, so that child has to suffer? That child grows up and think that that's what life is about because they're in that small community? No, family. We have to improve the mindset of our youth and our kids, our young adults, and our young families. We have to improve we have to kind of help stop some of the gun violence, some of the abuse, some of the drug activities, some of the senseless teen pregnancy. But they have, if they don't see or hear or get motivated to prosper, how are they going to prosper? We want wealth and abundance in our community. We want wealth and abundance for our kids, right? So we have to provide programs and classes and activities and a structured goodwill of people that are willing to get out there and do the work, get out there and encourage, get out there and walk the streets. Some of these churches don't wait for people to come in church. There's so many churches in the community, and you're making money. You're getting tied. You're getting money for different things. Why aren't you going into the community, stopping some of this corner drug activity, knocking on doors like the Jehovah Witness does? I mean, I'm not saying that Jehovah Witness are preaching the correct messages, but we can go out there and say, you know what, we are here for you. We have youth programs going on. We have family programs going on. You're more than welcome to come. They're free. We have food. Come eat. Come drink with us. We have, you know, please. We have so many outlets to increase our communities. People get businesses and they go and they hire people. Hire the people in your community. Teach them. Right? So Zoom, we talked about all of that. We talked about what you can do. And we talked about what Creative Nation is doing. We are talking about increasing the mindsets of our youth and our communities to be greater. Because we can do so much more, people. We can do so much more, lovers. Because we do love each other. We love each other. We may have sometimes a strange way of saying it, but we are all family. If you look, all of us, you can see, I know that person, but you may not know their kids, but their kids don't know you. But we're all family. We all connect in some kind of way. Some kind of way we connect. So we're killing each other. We're killing our families. You want to do something? Hold all that ammunition. Hold all the things that you're doing for when you really need it. But don't kill each other. Okay? If that's what you want to do, hold it until we need another Black Panther, until we need another Martin Luther King, until we need to go out here and provide and save our community. Because I guarantee you, we're gonna have to take care of our community. We're gonna have to take care of it. And I don't agree with gun violence. I don't agree with drugs. The drug epidemic. I don't agree with abuse. I don't agree with children not having food to eat and a safe environment. I think that is so sad. But it takes a whole community to make it better. Okay? We can make a difference. Don't think you can't. You can. Okay? You can make a difference. So let's make a difference. If we see it in our minds, we can hold it in our hands. And we need to tell the kids that if they see it in their minds, they can hold it in their hands. The future must become an imagination of the present, right? We have to imagine what our future is going to be. We have to teach the kids to imagine what they want out of life, what their future, what they want out of the future, not what they see, but what they want. And to encourage that, invest in that. Okay? And we just have to encourage happiness, give that energy of love and care, and be there for each other. Our youth are running the streets. Our youth are cursing out adults and each other. And where are they learning that from? The communities, their families. But they're learning it. And it's out of control. Because if you can see a 5, 6, up to 10-year-old cursing like a sailor, what do you think they're going to be doing at 15, 16? Toting guns? What do you think they're going to be doing at 20? In jail? Dead? Had babies with 5 or 6 different mothers or women? Because they don't know any better? Because men are not at home teaching some men are not at home teaching their youth and their kids how to be men, or teaching their girls how a man should treat a woman. Let's get our family back. Men, let's go back home and treat our women respectfully. Women, treat your men respectfully. And then teach your kids how to be respectful. When we grew up, we was, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. Where is that today? No respect. We have to teach our kids respect, right? To learn respect and give respect, you have to teach respect. Okay? So we have to give our youth the mind that they can achieve whatever they believe. Okay? Their mind, whatever their mind perceives and believes, they can achieve. They can have a goal. They can have a something that they love to do, and make it a business. They can become entrepreneurs. They can be whatever they want, but they have to be encouraged. right? They have to be encouraged. Okay? So, let's start encouraging our youth. Let's start providing them with the structural things that they need. Let's start sending them positive vibrations. Okay? Contact Creative Nation Nonprofit Corporation.com. You can catch us on Gmail at creativenation.nonprofitorg@gmail.com. We are on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So if you would like for us and the team to come and help you construct classes and programs that helps your community, if you need anyone to come and uplift and encourage, we are more than happy to assist. If you just would like to talk to someone, please call us. If you'd like to learn more, call us. Get in contact with us. We are more than happy. So I just wanted to just kind of let you all know some of the things that we are doing in the community, and some of the things that we need help. We always are looking for sponsors and donations and educators and teachers and governmental people that know the laws, that can teach our kids different laws, because we do try to take our youth to different courts to learn different laws so they'll know. Why not? They need to know. They may be inspired to do something with the law. We take them on field trips to the museum. We take them to the forums, different forums, to learn. We like to bring a different outlook to their mindsets, because it can be closed to so many things because they don't know. So let's teach them more. Open their minds to more. Right? Open their minds to more. Okay. So the spirit is looking for direction. It's waiting on direction to give the soul. And I listen and I get inspired. And I want to inspire our youth and our families. And I want to help our homelessness get better. I want to help our poverty get better. And we can do it together. We can do it together. Okay? So, as far as giving back your knowledge and your experience, we reap what we sow. Okay? If you give